The 2026 NSAA state basketball coverage on News Channel Nebraska is presented by Medica. With a Medica health plan, you're not just covered, you're cared for. And by Liberty First Credit Union, banking with purpose. Find out more at libertyfirstcu.com.
If any lesson can be gleaned from the state tournament, take nothing for granted. Both teams taking the floor now know literally anything can happen here in Lincoln. Alongside Lou Siefker, I'm Eric McKay, getting set for a C1 semifinal matchup, our Nebraska Public Power District matchup. The 2-seed, Ashland-Greenwood, and the 3-seed, Auburn and PPD, always there when you need them along. Lou, the scope of this tournament has just changed drastically. The top seed is done, and now both of these teams take the floor, realizing their chances at a state championship just went up.
Yeah, I mean, you've got to feel pretty good about where you're at. And I'm not disrespecting DC West, but Ogallala, they were the monster in the way, right? They're gone. So I think both these teams, one loss between each of the team has one loss. So I think both these teams feel like if they can win this game, they're the favorite tomorrow.
Ashland-Greenwood certainly has to feel that way. 5 starters back from last year's team, and among them, one of the best players in the state, a do-it-all type player in Derek Tonjes.
Well, he's a heck of an athlete. He's a great quarterback. He's a great basketball player. Averages about 17 points a game. In the quarterfinal game, he was 9 of 12 from the field. He just takes good shots. He's really good in the lane, handles the ball well. What else can I say about him? He's a great player. He'll be big here today.
Meanwhile, Auburn, they're Auburn, and they're here again, and they find ways to win games. Yesterday, a tough one in overtime against Gothenburg, but Ryan Kruger had a monster game, a double-double when they desperately needed it.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to have to be big today. A lot like Tonjes, he gets a lot of paint touches, not necessarily a great three-point shooter, but really good in the lane. 18 points, 14 rebounds in the quarterfinals. You're going to need that kind of production, I think, today to beat Ashland-Greenwood.
The third member of our broadcast crew, Pat Jansen, will have more on this matchup next. Don't go anywhere. You're watching the C1 State Semifinals on News Channel Nebraska.
Pre-game show is brought to you by Custom Sports. Look great for every game with custom team or business apparel from Custom Sports. Check them out at CustomSportsCo.com.
Ashoff Construction of Osmond does it all when it comes to general contracting. From agricultural storage buildings to commercial office buildings, retail warehouses to concrete contracting. The AGI Sentinel buildings help safeguard crops and valuable assets, and Ashoff's professional builders handle the job from the design through the completion of the build. For a free estimate, contact Dylan Bryce, Scott Pullman, or Brandon Ruki. Call 402-748-3551 today. Visit AshoffConstruction.com for more information. It's the Declaration of Deal sales event. Head to William Crowder Company in O'Neill, your trusted Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram dealership with the selection you want and the service you deserve. From powerful new Ram trucks to adventurous Jeeps and family-ready SUVs, William Crowder Company is also your local marine center featuring Lund boats built for fishing, fun, and making memories on the water, with several options for the serious fisherman or woman. William Crowder Company in O'Neill. Drive it, tow it, boat it, and love it.
Back here for state tournament basketball on News Channel Nebraska. We're just about set to get underway for Auburn and Ashland-Greenwood. And if you want to win a state championship, it's likely it's going to have to go through one of these two schools. 6 of the last 7 state championships have been won by one of these two programs, and this will be the 8th straight year that one of them has been in the state championship. Meanwhile, since 2020, these two teams have now met in the state tournament in the last, 5 times since 2020, and since then, 4 of those have been in the semifinals or later. But it wasn't that long ago that both of these programs were lost in the desert. It was less than a decade ago that Ashland-Greenwood had gone 10 straight seasons without a winning record, and that included 4 straight with 4 wins. Meanwhile, Auburn, prior to Jim Weeks' arrival in 2017, had not made a state championship in 35 years. And now here both programs are just 32 minutes away from perhaps another trip to the state championship game. We've got this semifinal coming up in just a second right here on News Channel Nebraska.
first, I was really nervous and intimidated to buy a ring.
My experience at Starter Heyman was very easy. I felt like I walked out with the ring that was going to make her go wow and say yes.
I love my ring. It is so beautiful. I get compliments on it all the time. I always tell them Starter Heyman. I love it. Yeah, we would definitely recommend Starter Heyman.
We're definitely coming back. For sure.
We have a wedding band to buy. So.
We do, yes. We have wedding bands. We'll be back for that.
Starter Heyman Jewelers, downtown 12th and O, South Point Pavilions, and Grand Island.
When quality matters, it starts at Scotty's Ranchland Foods in Valentine. They're known for the highest quality beef, carefully aged to perfection, alongside fresh, vibrant produce, and a deli famous for fresh, never frozen fried chicken. It's quality you can see. Home of Scotty's Meat RX. Scotty's Ranchland Foods in Valentine, Nebraska. A better cut every time.
Back at Pinnacle Bank Arena, getting set for a C1 semifinal on News Channel Nebraska between Ashland-Greenwood and Auburn. Let's take a look at school spotlights for these two dynamite programs. Ashland-Greenwood, under head coach Jacob Mose, making their 8th trip to state, 5th in a row, though. They've made 3 championship appearances, including their title last year. Every time they've made the state championship game, they have won the state title. Meanwhile, Auburn and head coach Jim Weeks, this is their 29th trip ever at state, 7th in the last 8 seasons. They've made 6 championship appearances, all of those coming consecutively between 2019 and 2024. They've won 3 state championships most recently in 2021. We'll take a look at the road to state for both of these teams. Neither of them had to go too far to get here. Auburn from southeast Nebraska, Ashland-Greenwood in the extended Omaha Metro, I suppose you could call it. About 30 miles for them, 70 miles for Auburn. A lot of folks came up to make the trip here to Lincoln for this one, for 2 fan bases, Lou, that have become accustomed to playing basketball this time of year.
Yes, Pat so eloquently detailed. I think, if you're going to win a championship, you're going to have to beat one of these teams, right? I mean, Ashland-Greenwood or Auburn, they've been here and played some great games, some memorable games, and these are, for the last 8-9 years, these have been blue bloods in this Class C1.
We'll take a look at starting lineups coming up next. You're watching the C1 State Semifinals on News Channel Nebraska.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Family Physical Therapy and Sports Center, getting you back in the game. Ignite the fire and find peace. And by the Seed House in O'Neill, Nebraska, a seed for every need.
My family's been farming since the early 1900s, and it's still where we like to call home. I get to go out to the field. I get to see farmers. When they have someone that actually experienced it, they're more willing to open up and talk to you a lot more. They just kind of become a part of you.
My name is Ava Stewart, and I'm from Newcastle, Nebraska. My faith is significant for me and my everyday life. And a lot of that is because my parents have raised me in my faith very well. Whether I'm giving a speech, I take a deep breath, say a prayer right before I go out, or if it's the set point in a volleyball game. It's every unique moment that I have to remind myself that God is there and that the Holy Spirit is with me.
Visit with your local priest or pastor. A simple conversation can be the first step to discover the peace that comes from faith.
When your plumbing needs attention, trust the experts at John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, Air, and Electrical. No matter the size of the job, John Henry's brings extensive expertise to handle everything your home's plumbing system requires. So whether your drain is clogged, your water heater needs an upgrade, or you want to remodel your kitchen or bathroom, we're here for you. Reach out to us today and discover why, since 1996, we've proudly served families as the most reliable plumbing company in the Lincoln area. John Henry's, our family serving yours since 1996.
Let's talk starting lineups, brought to you by Medica. With a Medica health plan, you're not just covered, you are cared for. Auburn coming in with a record of 25-1 for head coach Jim Weeks. The Bulldogs coming in advanced here with a win yesterday over Gothenburg by 1 in overtime. As you see that starting 5 for Auburn, Ryan Gunther, who I think I called the wrong name in the pregame because it is day 3 of the state tournament and my brain is mush. My apologies to that young man, the 6'4 sophomore who had 18 and 13 yesterday and deserves to have his name called correctly on statewide television. He's given 5 to the other, starting 5 right now. Brian Palmer, the 6'6 sophomore, had a fantastic game yesterday. 8 points, 12 rebounds. Creighton Keeling did a little bit of everything for them yesterday. 7 rebounds, 3 assists. Brenton Wenzel had 6 and 5. Carson Levine, 6 points as well. We talked about it during the last game, Lou. Ogallala, no points off the bench yesterday or today. They're going to need points off the bench, will Auburn, I think, to beat Ashland-Greenwood. They had 0 against Gothenburg yesterday.
Yeah, I think you need at this point, and especially with the opponent you're playing, you better bring it all. You better bring everybody to the table, and you're going to have some production off the bench.
Head coach Jim Weeks, 10th year at Auburn, 224 wins, 42 losses. Of course, longtime coach at Beatrice as well. He's won a whole bunch of games. You know, Ashland-Greenwood starting 5, Coach Jacob Mose had told me coming into this week that he was kind of wondering who the starting lineup will be. It's actually different than what the graphic says there. It came down to Fangmeyer or Barrett Kittrell for the final starting spot, depended upon matchups. He went with Kittrell yesterday. He's going with Kittrell again today. But Fangmeyer's been very good for them off the bench. Yesterday had 9 points. Cooper Westerholt had a monster game in their victory over Lincoln Christian. 18 points, 4 rebounds. And Cal Kissinger, the 6'3 senior, 14 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists. Lou, all of these guys are back from last year's state championship team. That's why many had them among the favorites in C1 again this year. There is nothing that these 5 have not seen. And they are not going to be rattled by the moment, that is for sure.
What a luxury to have that kind of talent coming back from a state championship team. Kissinger, Westerholt, Tonjes yesterday in the quarterfinals combined for 20 of 28 shooting. That's 71%. That's getting it done.
Yeah, absolutely. They had a high percentage shooting in their victory over Lincoln Christian. Crusaders kind of hung with them for about 2.5 quarters, and then the Blue Jays stepped on the gas, put Lincoln Christian the 7th seed away. And Auburn, well, everybody thought it was over for them. Gothenburg had a great chance to eliminate Auburn yesterday. A couple of missed free throws, another theme we've seen down here late. Cemented an Auburn win, 41-40. But I don't know if 41 points gets it done today if you're Auburn.
No, I think you got to score more against a team like the Blue Jays. They have to be efficient. I don't know that you have to score a ton of points, but you have to be good offensively.
Opening tip controlled by Ashland-Greenwood. We're underway with Landon Mose, coach's son, the senior, running point. 225 career wins for Jacob Mose, 224 for Jim Weeks at Auburn. These two know a thing or two about coaching. They have coached against each other in state championship games 3 times as Ashland-Greenwood strikes first.
Well, Kissinger didn't miss a shot yesterday. It's off to another good start here, 1 for 1 already.
Tough shot at the other end. That falls, though. Brenton Wenzel, the 5'10 senior.
Both teams getting really good looks here, their first possession.
Tonjes. Kicks out Mose. Kissinger. He's been the hot hand, scoops it off the window. He has not missed this week.
Yeah. He's 100% for the tournament so far. That's getting great shots, though.
Really flashed his athleticism yesterday against Gothenburg as well. Wenzel dribbles into 2. Gets it to the big man, trying to muscle in on Kittrell. Good footwork. Doesn't roll home. Tonjes the board. Brian Palmer, the 6'6 sophomore. Just a sophomore. He's got quite a future ahead of him. Tonjes lost the handle, but that's because of the foul, say the officials. And Ashland-Greenwood will inbound.
We were able to do an Ashland-Greenwood football game earlier this year, Eric, and asked Tonjes, football or basketball? He said both.
Yeah.
And I said, why not?
Well, he's going to Concordia.
He's going to go to Concordia, yep.
Which is kind of an Ashland-Greenwood pipeline. Dane Jacobson is there. Saw him here at State yesterday. He was helping out with Ashland-Greenwood's broadcasting. But Cal Kissinger's older brother also at Concordia. Out of bounds it goes. Good defense there. Auburn will take over.
Thought it was funny coming into the tournament because I think most people were talking about an Ashland-Greenwood Ogallala championship game. Auburn's 24-1 coming into the tournament. I think you're all right if you're Coach Jim Weeks. You go ahead and talk about everybody else. We'll just show up and win.
That they've done. 25-1 now, 26-1 are Ashland-Greenwood. Their lone loss was to Ogallala at the Heartland Hoops Classic. Into the lane, rolling home. Good leaner there, Ryan Gunther. That shows you the kind of talent this young man has.
Yeah, Gunther at 6'4", good athlete. He can roll into that lane and do a lot of damage in that paint.
Now underneath, short-armed rebound to Wenzel. Should mention, by the way, Auburn is the only team left unbeaten amongst Class C1 opponents. Their only loss this year came to Plattsmouth, who's in Class B. Backdoor cut. Swatted out by Kissinger.
And even that was a little bit puzzling, and Plattsmouth was, I believe, 10-14.
Yeah, had kind of a rough year. There's Coach Jacob Mose. I tell you what, life on the line. I don't know a lot of guys you'd want coaching a game for you than Jacob Mose.
One of the good guys in coaching.
Drop step, left-hander. Kittrell clears. The driving kick, Tonjes. Swung Kittrell in the corner. Now Cooper Westerhold. Off the up fake, great trap. Now Tonjes took steps on his way to the hoop.
One too many steps. Turnover on Ashland-Greenwood. Good contesting there by the Auburn defense. Couple guys in there making life tough.
There's Jim Weeks. All he's done is win at the high school level. Legend at Beatrice. Coached at Doane for 4 years. Came to Auburn, where he's won 224 games in 10 years.
Yeah, that's all right. He has been a fantastic coach here at this Auburn team.
Wenzel off the high window, no, but he'll shoot. That foul on Landon Mose. Let's see our first free throws of the contest. Our replays there brought to you by Lincoln Airport Authority. Fly easy, fly local, fly LNK. Book now at LincolnAirport.com.
Free throw rimmed out there on Wenzel. Wenzel, a 5'10 senior. He averages 13.5 points a game coming into the tournament. And a pretty good rebounder for a guard, too, at about 3.5 a ball game.
Had 6 points, 5 rebounds in the win over Gothenburg. Missed them both. It's almost like they're playing on short rest or something.
Yeah.
Landon Mose into the front court. Kissinger going baseline. Well, he's strong. Too strong on the shot, though. Yeah. Palmer the board.
And that's a newsworthy shot. He missed his first shot of the tournament.
Gunther. Levine gives Wenzel. Trying to get the big man some work. Palmer. Trying to lean in on Kittrell. Nice move with the left hand. Good footwork from the 6'6 sophomore.
Yeah, backed him down deep into the paint. And he's a good finisher at that. He's mentioned 6'6", but he finishes really well in that paint.
Mose. Tonjes trying to get established inside. Lean in on Creighton Keeling. Now it's Kittrell. Back to Mose. High screen for Kissinger. The jump stop. Offensive foul. Wenzel draws the charge.
Not sure what it is about Auburn, but they always have guards like that.
Yep.
Wenzel, I mean.
Go back to Cam Binder. He's the one who really started it.
Yeah, Cam Binder, the ultimate winner there at Auburn. Wenzel does such a good job. We just mentioned his offensive abilities, rebounder, but he's a good defender as well, draws that charge. Very, very good defensive player.
Back down low, nothing there this time, so it's out to Gunther. Wenzel directs traffic. Keeling. Shot clock inside at 10 for the first time. Gunther trying to muscle his way in. Shot blocked. Back up with it, though, with 2 on the shot clock. Brian Palmer feeling it early.
Fangmeyer with a nice block. But Palmer gets in there, gets that rebound. Great opportunistic play there.
Auburn leading early on. Tonjes, the drop step, the reversal. Oh, my. Derek Tonjes' first bucket.
Pretty play by Tonjes.
Back to a one-possession game. Wenzel marked by Mose. Double drag. Wenzel finding some room. Now stranded, fades away, fills it up. Some high-quality shot making early on in this one.
Yeah, tough shot fadeaway there by Wenzel. Into paint. One of the smaller guys out there at 5'10", but he's able to score inside.
Short corner with the left hand. Plinko chips down for Cooper Westerhold.
That's going to be important, I think, both teams defensively to try to push the other team out because they're getting some real good paint touches, some quality looks in the lane.
Teams have combined 9 of 14 from the field to start. Gunther. Keeling looking inside. Palmer slipped, able to get his footing back as the shot clock wanes. Palmer and one. Brian Palmer. Looking for three the hard way.
It has been a problem for the Blue Jays here in this first quarter. Look where he's getting the basketball. That's what I just talked about. You've got to force these guys out. Both teams can score so well inside, and Palmer with that 6'6" frame, and as I mentioned before, just a good finisher inside. You can't allow him to have those quality of touches.
First quarter is brought to you by Yankton Medical Clinic Norfolk. They're building a legacy, one patient at a time, one generation at a time. From family practice to expert specialists, they're here for you today and every day. Jack Johnson into the game for Ashland-Greenwood. Top of the key, it's Kissinger. Now swung left side. Westerhold fouled on the floor.
It's going to be Palmer.
Brian Palmer, I think that's someone they just need to try to force the issue on defensively. But he has been in rhythm early on.
A good start for the big man. You got to challenge him. That's what Ashland-Greenwood did just there.
Kissinger. Now Tonjes. Tonjes taking on Keeling. Tough angle. Oh, my. And one. Derek Tonjes.
We're going to talk about a finisher.
There's not a shot this young man can't hit.
Great job using the glass there, taking that angle. He's a quality athlete for sure.
Foul called on Keeling. That's his first. Ashland-Greenwood. It's been the one part of their game that maybe has been a bit of a struggle. 56%. Kittrell cleans up the miss. Off the window. There's Westerhold.
Now kind of the big three there, Kissinger, Westerhold, and Tonjes yesterday. Getting it going here early.
Back to a one-point game, final minute. Fantastic game thus far. Winner gets Douglas County West in the finals. If you got up late today, you missed it. Upsetting top-seeded Ogallala by 4 in the opening round. The back down by Palmer. Oh, my good. That was defended well.
Yeah. Probably going to have to get some help in the paint on here. You're going to have to double down because he's having his way right now inside against Ashland-Greenwood.
9 points on 4 of 6 shooting. Blue Jays will hold for the final shot. Kissinger off the Kittrell screen. Too strong, Keeling the board, and that's how the first quarter will come to an end. Entertaining one thus far. Through one, it's Auburn 15, Ashland-Greenwood 12. Shot makers making shots. Big-time plays on both ends. Bulldogs, though, up 3. You're watching semifinal basketball on News Channel Nebraska.
It's not just about the shoe. It's It's about your fit.
What sets Fleet Feet aside from everything else that we've experienced is my girls being runners. They have very different needs. And so that technology with the scanning and the personal touches is just unmatched. I met Lori almost 16 years ago, and when I saw Lori open this, I knew there was no other place that I wanted to go to have someone help me with my footwear and everything else involved with running. Fleet Feet doesn't just fit your shoes, they fit your life.
Fleet Feet Lincoln. Find your fit today.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Wayne State College, devoted to student success for more than 100 years. And by Crotter Auto, William Crotter Company and Crotter Home Center in O'Neill, Nebraska.
15-12, Auburn with the lead over Ashland-Greenwood in the C1 semifinals on News Channel Nebraska. Our broadcast brought to you in the second quarter by John Henry's, their family serving yours. His team shot a combined 68% from the field in the first quarter, Lou. If this keeps up, this is going to be a memorable one.
Yeah, you shoot that way. This point total is going to be high, I think.
Gunther. Entry pass to the man who's been the hot hand, Brayan Palmer. They have not had an answer for him yet. This time a distributor, the cutter. Shot blocked. No, they're going to say count it. Kissinger called for the goaltend. So Gunther will be credited with the lay-in. That time using Palmer's ability as a passer.
A good call, ball up on the rim there.
So Auburn up 5. Tonjes spins into traffic, draws damage, he'll shoot. Or he will not. They say foul on the floor. That's on Keeling. That's his second. Oh, they did call it shooting.
That's what Tonjes is going to want to do today, is get to the line a lot. Get inside, draw fouls.
Coach Weeks always dialed in. Tonjes hits the first free throw. 17 points per game, 10th in Class C1 in scoring coming into this tournament. Added to his total yesterday, had 19.7 rebounds in the win over Lincoln Christian. He's a smooth customer. He rarely looks bothered out there, too.
Yeah.
Wenzel. Gunther. Can't get the roll. Kissinger the board.
Another good shot, though, for Auburn. Gunther in the lane.
Tonjes backs out on Levine. Westerholt, straightaway triple try Mose. Rebound Gunther. Both these teams, now Auburn's the team that can hoist from 3. 41% on the season. Carson Levine hits from downtown in downtown, and Auburn's got their largest lead.
Open 3 there, kind of in a transition play.
Auburn has shot 40% or better 15 times from 3 this year. They've been 50% or better 8 times this season.
That's probably the biggest difference between this Auburn team and others that we've seen, is that they're just a better offensive team. They still play great defense, but they've got shooters all over the floor.
Kissinger drives and dishes. Kittrell's got to save it. Tonjes. Kittrell thought 3, thought better of it. Now Kissinger. Shot clock waning. Kissinger hoists from deep. Count Kissinger. Well, what a tournament he has had. 7 points in the half.
If he takes that shot, you might as well just go back on defense, because it's going to go in most of the time.
39% from 3 this year. Oh, my. If this turns into a three-point exhibition, that's advantage Auburn. Wenzel made the 4th most three-pointers in C1 this year.
Wenzel right back at you.
Kissinger. Kittrell wants 3. Everybody's hitting from deep. You get a three-pointer. You get a three-pointer. You get a three-pointer. 4-point game.
I usually say you need to check the rims when people are missing. You might want to check the rims now. They might be too big.
Wenzel looking inside. Wenzel stopped on a dime there. Trickles it home over the outstretched arm of Kittrell.
I hadn't seen Auburn all year. I saw him yesterday. Wenzel's a quality player, quality guard for this team.
Auburn offense humming right now. 11 of 15 from the field. Tonjes hits. Both of these offenses playing as well as you possibly can.
Tonjes kind of cleared Creighton Keeling, say that 3 times fast, and got space there. When he does that, when he's able to get space, he's usually scoring.
That one off the mark. It's like breaking news when a shot misses. Kissinger the rebound. Hey, folks, stick around for our halftime show. That's brought to you by RMB Construction. Trusted, local, proven. RMB Construction, located in Kearney and Lincoln. Also brought to you by Nebraska Farm Bureau. Tonjes over the double. Kissinger cleans it up. That's going to count, I think. Yep. Auburn had touched the net while the ball was still on the rim, so goaltending.
Well, how about this? Both teams right around 65% from the field here in this first quarter, or first half, rather.
There's only been one miss from 3.
That is crazy.
As we take another look at Kissinger's putback, which will count. The hand of Palmer was in the net. So we got a 2-point game. Ashland-Greenwood now back within a possession. Gunther trying to change that, had it taken away. In deep, Keeling. Kicked up Wenzel, fought 3, now drives. In strong shot, erased by Kissinger. Ball's out, Ashland-Greenwood basketball.
That's great help defense that time. Wenzel's such a good driver, and he's very physically strong. You watch Tonjes come over there to help, gets the shot block, and then the ball trickles out of bounds off Auburn.
Great turnout by the Ashland-Greenwood faithful. Auburn student section well represented as well. Mose. Tonjes has a shot right back at him. Nonplussed, though. Puts it right back up and down, and we are tied.
That's the unflappable nature of Derek Tonjes. Gets his shot blocked, gets the rebound, right back up with it.
Mason Moses checked into the game, 6-foot sophomore. Seeing his first action today. Here's Palmer. They keep going one-on-one with him defensively. Palmer can't make him pay that time. Got a good look at it. Foul on the rebound, though. Called on Ashland-Greenwood. But Lou, Ashland-Greenwood really struggling to stay in front of Brian Palmer one-on-one.
Yeah. I think Brian Palmer and Brenton Wenzel have both had really good halves here offensively for Auburn.
Wenzel tries to curl to the rack. Good switch. Mose on him now. Wenzel trying to shake him. Hand check called. Coach Mose doesn't like it. That'll be on Mason Mose, his first. Look at Wenzel. Boy, he's a tough cover off the dribble.
Yeah.
Inbound tipped away from Palmer. Tonjes had it, taken away from him. Now a foul call. They'll get a reach on Auburn, much to the chagrin of the Bulldog faithful. That's the previous play there. Hey, folks, stick around. We got our halftime highlights coming up. Those brought to you by Sartor Heyman Jewelers. How about this? It's 25-25 in this game. Class D2 semifinals, 25-25. They're at the half. Archangels Catholic and St. Mary's.
That's a big one there in D2.
Tonjes. Boy, I don't know what you do. Both of these defenses are going to have a lot of adjustments to make, but we're seeing nothing but great shots put up on both sides of the ball.
Yeah, Tonjes so efficient.
8 unanswered for Ashland-Greenwood until now. Blake Swanson. Auburn has not missed from deep.
6'4" sophomore from downtown that time.
Kissinger. Tonjes Takes it himself. Fangmeyer swinging to Johnson. Westerhold can't get a shot up. Now it's Johnson in the lane. Back out. That's a tough three there by Kissinger. Missed everything. Had to basically scoop that off the floor. And it goes back to Auburn.
Good credit Keeling for a good closeout there. It made Kissinger get rid of that basketball a little quicker maybe. You don't see him miss like that very often.
Just Ashland-Greenwood's third miss in their last 9 shots. I don't know when I've seen a half like this in a long time.
I know.
We are flying through it, and both offenses have found a ton of rhythm. That scoop shot won't go. Keeling gets the steal, calls timeout. Heady play there by the 6'1 senior. We'll take a timeout as well. 1 point lead for Auburn. You're watching C1 semifinal basketball on News Channel Nebraska.
Behind every switch you flip, innovation is at work. NPPD is using advanced technology to generate and deliver the reliable energy you have come to expect. Like AI-driven platforms to optimize energy generation, drones for infrastructure inspection, advanced metering for faster outage detection, and helping advance carbon capture and sequestration technologies. It's not just electricity we are delivering, it's innovation. Powering the state, empowering your life. Nebraska Public Power District.
Oh, wow. Now, I thought I looked good in a gold jacket. The Auburn faithful and the Young Broadcasters Club showing up. Get that man a sideline hit. Let him, he can call the second half if he wants. There you go.
Future of the NCN right there.
There you go. Future Broadcasters of America. They got the gold jacket part down already. There's all kinds of gold jackets in the crowd.
Everywhere.
You're a parent. Your little kid comes up and says, I want a gold suit jacket. What are you thinking? Where did they learn that behavior?
Some bad influences, obviously.
Dodges. Up top, Ashland-Greenwood. This is one of those games where it's kind of hard to talk about other than it's been good. It's just really good basketball by both teams.
Very true.
Off the up fake, using the window. Cooper Westerholt, the 6'4 senior. High quality looks once again.
Right, both teams getting the ball in the paint with regularity. Get some great looks around the rim.
Wenzel turns the corner, draws damage, he'll shoot. I think if you're Ashland-Greenwood, the adjustment's got to be keeping him from getting downhill as much as he has in the first half.
Well, he's got that great hesitation move, and he handles the basketball really well.
He's known for his three-pointers, but I think that kind of belies the fact that he is incredible off the dribble.
Yeah, he's very good.
Had some big games this year. He's hit 26 points twice this year. 72% free throw shooter. A little bit better now. Auburn back on top. Back and forth we go at Pinnacle Bank Arena.
Wenzel's also deceptively strong.
Kissinger. Westerhold. Let's swing it over to Tanja. 16-second difference between shot and game clock in what has been a breakneck first half. Well, Kissinger stripped on his way to the rack. Ashland-Greenwood keeps 10 to shoot. Kissinger faces up on Wenzel. Got it! Wow. Captain Clutch Cal Kissinger.
Auburn has a chance to tie or take the lead going into the locker room. 12 seconds to go.
And it's Wenzel bringing it up. Wenzel has to fade away. Oh! What a shot!
What a half.
Call your friends and neighbors. Get them to News Channel Nebraska. We got high quality hoop in the Haymarket. Wenzel, shot of a lifetime. Boom! Bulldogs by one. Halftime show coming up. This is News Channel Nebraska.
Well, I think like many people, I just had some life events that happened. Just really felt lost, quite honestly, completely broken. And, next thing I know, with how depression can settle in, I was contemplating suicide. I told God that I was sorry, that I just can't bear this anymore. Thankfully, my dog came up and started looking me in the face, and that was that spark that I needed to kind of talk myself off the ledge. So thankful that I took that split second to say something to God.
The Seed House, located in O'Neill, is your Nebraska-owned full-service seed supplier. From corn and soybeans to cover crops, grass seed, and CRP grasses, they have the full lineup to fit your operation. The Seed House also offers agronomy services, seed treatment, soil fertility guidance, and expert crop recommendations tailored to your acres. When it comes to growing success from the ground up, trust local experience. Contact Don and the crew at the Seed House, located in O'Neill, Nebraska, and plant with confidence this season.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Western Oil. Stop at your nearest Speedy Mart or Good to Go convenience stores today. And by The Carpet Shop, providing quality residential and commercial floor covering and installation for almost 50 years.
Ann has been a long-time UBT customer. One day, she was being scammed. We secured her funds and got her set up with new accounts. I just think, if my grandma was in that situation, what would I want someone to do for her?
I hope he doesn't mind that I give him a hug, too.
At Nebraska Orthopedic Center, they provide comprehensive orthopedic health care. Their physicians are highly skilled in all areas of orthopedic and sports medicine, including spine surgery, foot and ankle, hand and upper extremities, fracture care, and total joint replacement. Their expertise includes the medical management of injuries through physical and rehabilitative methods or surgical intervention. To schedule an appointment or to learn more about Nebraska Orthopedic Center and their family of 25 physicians, go online to nebraskaortho.com. That's nebraskaortho.com. Nebraska Orthopedic Center is your healing destination.
Time here at Pinnacle Bank Arena. Auburn on top of Ashland-Greenwood at the break. As we talked earlier, these two teams are a key piece of the state tournament. But another key piece of this state tournament are the folks working it, and that includes our color commentator in this game, Lou Siefker. And it's not just his arresting voice that he offers throughout the week. He's also been a longtime police officer for Norfolk PD. He retired earlier this week after 25 years. He's going to be taking a break from all of that, but Lou will not be taking a break from us. We're happy to have him here for the rest of the state tournament and many state tournaments to come. He's got a big second half to call coming up here with Auburn on top of Ashland-Greenwood at the break. We'll take a break ourselves and send it back to Eric and Lou after this on NCN.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Lincoln Airport Authority. Fly easy, fly local, fly LNK. Bernard Real Estate and Auction Company in Auburn and Nebraska City. And by Larson Motors in Nebraska City. Find your new Chevrolet, GMC, Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, or Ram today at larsonmotorgroup.com.
You're not retiring from broadcasting? That is not what I was told.
A lot of people were hoping I was. But,
Lou, congratulations, my friend, on an amazing law enforcement career. A lot of folks don't know about this man's day job. He has kept a lot of folks safe for a long time. He's kept me safe from making a fool out of myself now for 16 years. But when it comes to this game, Lou, we talked about it. 33-32 Auburn. You hear that and you think, oh, that's the final score, right? That's how they've been winning games down here. But this first half was incredible offensively.
Wow. They haven't missed a three-pointer. Auburn has not missed a three-pointer in that first half. Look at that, 67%. Are you kidding me? 56%. 56% almost pale. That's a great half, 56%. Ashland-Greenwood 67%. Yeah, both teams playing at an extremely high level in that first half.
Let's take a look at our top plays. I feel bad for the guys in the truck. They might just replay the entire first half here. Our top plays brought to you by Sartor Heyman Jewelers. Stunning engagement collections, dazzling gemstones, and more can be found at their Lincoln and Grand Island locations. Yeah, Lou, I mean, it's we talk about it. It's kind of hard to talk about because you just see these and you're like, yeah, it's a good game.
Yeah.
I mean, we've just seen incredible shot after incredible shot. Cal Kissinger, he's had a fantastic first half, 10 points for him, keeping his scorching week going. But, Lou, Brian Palmer and Brenton Wenzel, in particular for Auburn, have been real problems for Ashland-Greenwood. I know Ashland-Greenwood, team-wise, has been shooting it well, but defensively, they're going to need to find an adjustment for plays like that one right there.
When you see Palmer get it that low, that's usually lights out. He's going to score. You try to push him out farther away from the basket. There's another one. From Palmer. Yeah, he's been a problem inside, but talk about problems. Who's going to guard Derek Tonjes? He has been incredible.
13 points on 6 of 8 shooting to go along with 4 rebounds. Folks, don't play horse against Brenton Winslow. Meanwhile, 14 points on 5 of 9 shooting. The hilarious thing, his 4 misses inside the arc. He's 2 of 2 from distance, including an incredible shot you're going to see. Brian Palmer, the 6'6 sophomore, meanwhile, 9 points, 3 rebounds. And then Auburn started hitting from deep. You forget that that's really kind of been their strength this year. In the second quarter, they really started lighting it up. Cal Kissinger answers as well. I mean, Ashland-Greenwood, you tell Coach Jacob Mose you're going to shoot 14 of 21 in the first half, 3 of 5 from 3, and only have 4 turnovers. You'd have thought they'd have been up 20, and they're down by 1 at the break.
Yeah, I mean, that's just it. I mean, you have to come out. Both teams want to come out here in the locker room and play at that same level. It's going to be difficult for 4 quarters to maintain this. Who's going to be able to do that the best? Who's going to be able to play their game and make shots like this?
I mean,
what the heck? That's no big deal. Just a fadeaway 3-pointer at the buzzer.
We said they got to try to find a way to slow him down. I don't think you can if he's going to hit shots like that. Just an unbelievable first half. Some of the best basketball we have seen in a long, long time. So what does the second half hold? Well, we'll find out. You're watching the Halftime Show on News Channel Nebraska.
My name's Elizabeth Glazer. My grandma's brother had liver cancer, and he was praying that God would help him get through this hard time, and we were told that he was not going to last very long, and so instead of doing our family game night, we decided to do the rosary, and he passed away while we were saying the rosary. I was so happy that God was able to give us that time to pray for him.
Visit with your local priest or pastor. A simple conversation can be the first step to discover the peace that comes from faith.
Big ideas, bold graphics, quality products you're proud to wear. That is Custom Sports. Custom Sports, custom graphics, quality products, and timely service you can count on.
From the heart of Nebraska to across the state, RMV Construction is building more than just structures. We're building trust. RMV Construction has grown from humble beginnings to become a trusted name across central Nebraska and beyond. With unmatched craftsmanship, cutting-edge innovation, and an unwavering commitment to customer satisfaction, we deliver projects on time, on budget, and above expectations. Trusted, local, proven. RMV Construction in Kearney and Lincoln. Let's build your vision together.
My name is Grace Mahoney. My grandpa, he had to have heart surgery, but his kidneys weren't strong enough for it, so they put him on hospice. Anyway, it was like a couple of weeks and nothing was happening, and so we went back and just somehow his kidneys were stronger, and so they went ahead with the heart surgery, and I'm really grateful for it all because it brought all my family back, and it was definitely a miraculous situation.
Visit with your local priest or pastor. A simple conversation can be the first step to discover the peace that comes from faith.
Our halftime show is brought to you by RMV Construction and by Nebraska Farm Bureau. NCN Sports is brought to you by Western Oil. Make your first and last stop to and from the game at your nearest Speedy Mart or Good to Go convenience stores today. Bank of the Valley, together we go further. And by Scotty's Ranchland Foods, Highway 20 in Valentine, Nebraska.
Hey, folks, our halftime show brought to you in part by RMV Construction. If you've got a construction project that needs built, RMV Construction is the company you need to call. They have proudly constructed more than 50 of these WIC buildings all over the state. This one's north of Amherst. So a WIC building, post-frame, pre-engineered metal building system made with better materials. That's how you get a better building. That's what RMV Construction's all about. Not just WIC buildings, which provide unmatched durability, energy efficiency, and design flexibility, but whatever you need, they'll get it done. You want to expand your ag operation, create that next barn dominium, develop some commercial space, combine all three, get crazy. RMV Construction can handle it with offices in Kearney and Lincoln, trusted, local, and proven. And want to remind you, folks, you can check us out on social media at NCN Sports is the handle. Let us know where you're watching the game. We had shout-outs yesterday from Texas, from California, entirely too early to be up in California, frankly. But send us a shout-out at NCN Sports. Let us know where you're watching the game, and we'll send you a shout-out on the air. Again, provided I remember to do it. But do want to thank Steve Snyder for sending us a shout-out, bringing the state tournament out to western Nebraska. I said, yeah, from your left is what I said. Okay, perfect. Perfect. Yeah, April DeVoe checking in as well, watching. She'll be watching the Class B games later on today. Looks like she's a Norris fan. We'll see old Jimmy Moats and the Norris Titans big game against Scotts Bluff.
Cheering for Jimmy Moats.
Yeah, a lot of folks are. A lot of folks out west, though, cheering for Scotts Bluff. That's going to be a fantastic game. Look, folks, we got nothing but great basketball coming your way the rest of the way. And it starts with the second half of this one. Don't you dare go anywhere. Auburn by 1. You're watching C1 semifinal hoop on News Channel Nebraska.
More than 1,900. Yes, our general surgeons, including Dr. Ryan Gary in Norfolk, performed more than 1,900 colonoscopies last year, helping to keep our community healthy. A colonoscopy is a simple, safe, quick, painless, and one of the most effective ways to prevent colon cancer. If you're age 45 or have a family history, it's time to schedule. Call the Yankton Medical Clinic Norfolk office at 402-844-8110. Colonoscopy screenings are one more way the Yankton Medical Clinic Norfolk location offers so much care so close to
halftime here at Pinnacle Bank Arena. Got a chance to talk to both coaches at the break. Ashland-Greenwood coach Jacob Mose was very frank. He said his team has to defend better. He said Auburn is making very tough shots, and that's a credit to them and their offense. But he said typically if we have 32 points at half, we're comfortably in the lead. Meanwhile, I got a chance to talk to Auburn assistant coach Cooper Weeks, who said they're defending well for good chunks of possessions, but the Bulldogs have to finish each possession in order to get this game across the finish line. Defense will be key for both of these teams. We'll see who's got more of it in the second half. Guys.
Thank you, Pat. Yeah, I mean, that's it, right? In a game where these teams have shot a combined 27 of 44 from the field, it's going to be who gets stops, right? I think defense is going to be the key in this second half, as you see some of the fans looking on, ready for the second half in this one. 33-32 on our scoreboard, which is brought to you by Aurora Cooperative. Go green with E15. And fill up at your nearest A stop today.
I think you just got to be a little more aggressive on both teams defensively. Yep. You're going to risk some fouls, but I think both teams really got the shots they wanted. I mean, they found shots in the paint, and you got to try to force both these teams more out on the perimeter, even though Auburn didn't miss a single three-point shot in the first half.
Right away, there you see some of that physicality. That's Keeling. That could be big. That's Keeling's third foul, so they don't count on him a lot for offense. He's a very good on-ball defender, really strong, generally guards someone bigger. They can't have him on the bench for too much in the second half. Tonjes leans in, can't fill it up. Palmer clears the board.
Good board off that miss, a rare miss from Tonjes. Palmer skies for that rebound.
It was Tonjes' third miss today in 9 attempts. High screen for Wenzel. They stack the pick and roll. Now Wenzel underneath the hoop. Westerholt said no thank you. That's one way to keep him from making a shot.
Yeah, block it, right. Yeah, he read that play. He read what Wenzel was going to do perfectly.
Now Westerholt showing he can do it on offense as well. That was pretty. Pirouette, then the left hand.
Westerholt, a good scorer in and of with himself. He's almost 14 points a game, about 13.5 points a game on the season.
Got 18-4 in their victory yesterday over Lincoln Christian. Now on high, Carson Levine pestered. Gets it back. Timeout called by Auburn. We'll take one as well as Auburn strategizes. Down one. You're watching C1 semifinal basketball on News Channel Nebraska. 34-33, Ashland-Greenwood with the lead over Auburn right out the gate in the second half. You can tell both coaches preach nothing but defense. in the halftime. We've seen more intensity on that end of the floor.
I think you can see by the fan base there for Auburn, their future's so bright they're wearing shades inside.
Yeah, I hope they can see the game. They're just clapping. What's going on?
There's a lot of people with bad eyesight in Auburn. I don't know.
That's a tough look by Palmer. Kittrell forced him into it. Keeling sneaks in. Lost it. Turned over Ashland-Greenwood. Back on offense. Winner of this one gets Douglas County West in the C1 final tomorrow. Swiped. Outlet. Wenzel. Mose chasing. Wenzel too strong. Kissinger the board.
That's such a great play there defensively by Auburn. Off the steal. Tonjes just put the ball on the floor a little bit too much there. Tip it away from him, and you love the way Brenton Wenzel releases there. That's just didn't get the shot there. Good closeout defensively by Mose.
Cal Kissinger. Westerhold. Mose. Tonjes in on Keeling. Draws a crowd. Dribbles it out. Last touched by the Bulldogs.
So you're looking at an adjustment there. Double down on Tonjes. You had Wenzel coming over to help in that post. I think that's a wise idea because he is such a good finisher. And then you get the strip on the backside by Levine.
Tonjes 360 and one. He says, go ahead, double team me. I'll figure out a way to get there. Whoa, my goodness. What a quick first step. Got the foul, looking for three the hard way.
Eric Tonjes makes those shots look like any of us could do that. You know what I mean? It just makes it look so easy. That's a difficult shot.
15 points already. Looking to add to it. Ashland-Greenwood now with their largest lead. Wenzel, marked by Mose. Mose stays with him off the screen and roll. Gunther, been a little quiet today. Tough shot over Kissinger. Gunther getting a bit louder now with 6.
Yeah, Gunther, again, 6'5", good frame there, gets the ball down low and does a great job leaning on the defender. Didn't get the foul call that time, but he gets a lot of those.
Westerhold. Straight away, Mose wants 3. Catch 3! Landon Mose.
Just got to get the feeling today, you just can't leave anybody open.
Nope.
Everybody's knocking shots down.
Mose a 31% three-point shooter on the season coming into today. Wenzel. Levine right back to Wenzel. Mose hand in his face. Palmer. Ashland-Greenwood. Show double. Now they bring it and force the travel. First time we've seen him double Palmer down low, they get the turnover.
That was interesting because it looked like Tonjes was not, he just kind of deked him a little bit, like he's coming over. And then here he comes the second time, and that forced the travel. He kind of showed double and then did double.
Tonjes into the front court. Ashland-Greenwood by 5. AG trying to get back to the state title game. They won it a year ago. Tonjes floats with the right hand. This young man is dialed in.
Yeah. You're not going to have any chance to win this game if you don't slow him down, and he's getting shots just left and right.
18 points on 8 of 11 shooting.
Yeah, great. Such quality shots, though. He hasn't forced any.
Auburn down 3 possessions for the first time. Can't make it 2. Kittrell the board, then he's fouled. Oh, is that Keeling? Keeling was in the area.
If it is, that's 4.
That's the 4th on Creighton Keeling, the 6'1 senior.
And I think you saw in that rebound why Kittrell got the start here today. Look at this forceful rebound. Got to be strong with the basketball when you're playing Auburn. Kittrell got that rebound and was not going to be tied up.
Kittrell, a young man with a number of Power 5 offers, including my alma mater, Eastern Michigan. So my guess is that's where he's going to go, but, you know, you can let the other teams have their chance too.
Yeah, just a formality.
That's in football, by the way. Young man, a tremendous football player.
Yep.
Swings to Mose. Tonjes. Mose left open again. Can't make him pay that time, and foul on the rebound. That'll be on Westerhold. Palmer had good position.
Yep. Palmer got inside. Westerhold climbed his back. So important to do the fundamental things.
Blue Jays going to the bench. Cal Kissinger back in favor of Westerhold. The one thing about Auburn, not as deep as Ashland-Greenwood. They basically play 6, sometimes 7 guys, but they've relied on a 6-man rotation yesterday and today. Wenzel can't cross over. Down low, Palmer. Trying to back in on Kittrell and a foul call. They'll get Kittrell down low. That is Kittrell's first.
And Kittrell using that size against the taller Palmer, who's 6'6".
Off the inbound, well-run play there. Gunther sprung free. He's got 8.
Gunther rolls off the screen into the lane. It's a wide open layup.
Tonjes working on Palmer. Fangmeyer not there. Kittrell had it, lost it, fouled. No, jump ball. It'll go to Auburn.
Yeah, looked like he got all ball on that one. Kittrell with a good rebound. Watch Palmer come over. That's just, that's
really well done.
Got right on top of it. Use that size, get on top of the ball. Clearly not a foul there.
So it's Wenzel into the front court. Auburn has trailed for most of this third quarter after a back and forth first half. Wenzel draws damage. He'll shoot. That foul on Mose. Mose is trying to argue he got hooked there. That's Moses' second. Wenzel hits the first. Auburn hanging around. It's the kind of team that you don't want to let hang around. They've only lost once this year to a Class B school. Back to a one-possession game. Tonjes. Kissinger back to Tonjes. Sets up from the nail. Blocked by Palmer. Foul call. And Tonjes is shooting.
This is one of those games where I'm glad I'm not officiating.
Yeah. That's Palmer's third, by the way.
A lot of contact on both ends of the floor. What do you let go and what do you call? Tonjes creates contact there and gets the call.
I feel like, if anything, you could have called that before the shot. Tonjes hits the front end. But that's big for Auburn. That's their third on Palmer. Someone they can nary afford to lose. Second one not there. Rebound, batted around, pulled down by Blake Swanson. Nice screen for Wenzel. Ashland-Greenwood shows and recovers. Gunther. Palmer got a step. Stripped on his way up. Ashland-Greenwood out with it. That'll be a foul. Oh, is that Palmer?
That's on Palmer.
That's Palmer's fourth. So you've got Palmer and Keeling each with 4 for Auburn with 10 minutes and 14 seconds of regulation basketball ahead of us.
That's huge, and that's just on a loose ball. Palmer back-to-back fouls. Gets stripped there, and then watch trying to get that ball back.
Yeah, just rolled up on the leg there. Yep. They're going to call that every time.
Every time.
And now the officials talking things over. That's the fifth foul on Auburn, so Ashland-Greenwood's at the line. Again, that has not necessarily been an advantage this year. Ashland-Greenwood, 56% on the year, 4 of 7 today. That's Fangmeyer's first point. So Palmer's going to have to sit.
Now that opens up that paint when the big guy is out. He's so active really on both offense and defense.
Second one rolls home, back to a 6-point advantage for AG, the defending champs. Wenzel. In on Mose. Fades away. Come on now. Brett Wenzel putting on a show.
He's like the ultimate creator, isn't he? I mean, he just creates shots for his team and creates a lot of headaches for the defense.
I don't know that Mose could have defended that any better. Fangmeyer. He'll head to the line. That foul on Carson Levine. Ashland-Greenwood really starting to force the issue now.
Westerholt's another guy at 6'4", but he's got some springs. He can get up there.
Hits the front end. Boy, Blue Jays making their free throws. That's big.
Yeah.
A 6 of 9 from the land of the free. Westerholt now the third Blue Jay in double figures.
Shooting 70% from the free throw line. I think if you come into this game shooting 70% from the line, you feel like you got a good chance.
Gunther. Can he shake loose? Levine wants three. Mad scramble for the board. Out of bounds. It'll be Ashland-Greenwood basketball. Great effort by Swanson, but couldn't save it. Limping a bit as he gets up. He's got that brace on his left knee. He took a tumble into the scorer's table or into the media table.
Yep.
And now noticeably in pain for an already thin bench.
Yeah.
And now he's picking up Derek Tonjes.
Yeah, good luck, right? With a healthy guy guarding Tonjes, that's a problem.
Kissinger, Mose, Westerholt. Nice up fake. Wow, the footwork. Tonjes somehow gets the rebound. He is fouled on the floor. Foul starting to pile up for Auburn.
Yep.
Tonjes going to be shooting. That's on Wenzel. His second. Just great effort by Tonjes to get in on that. You've got Keeling back into the game, by the way, getting in the mix there. Came dangerously close to fouling out. Tonjes hits the front end.
Westerholt for the Blue Jays, he's the only guy with any significant foul issues. He's got three.
Mason Mose back in for AG. Westerholt sits down with 10 points. Derek Tonjes, meanwhile, 21 and 5, still third quarter. Pull up triple, almost missed everything. Tonjes the rebound. Now AG going to slow things down.
We're trying to get a 2-for-1. That was a quick shot.
Yeah, they could. There's a 15-second difference. Looks like they're going to hold unless they get something quality. Fangmeyer. Kissinger. Kissinger off the re-screen. Tough lob, tipped, and taken away. Shot clock off for Auburn. Chance to make this a two-possession game heading to the fourth. Wenzel clears it out.
They try to get Gunther involved more offensively, I think, if you're Auburn.
Here's Wenzel. Turn the corner, shot blocked. He'll try it again. No! And that's the end of the third quarter. Ashland-Greenwood taking control a little bit. 8 minutes of regulation basketball left. The Blue Jays making plays. 49-41. You're watching semifinal basketball on News Channel Nebraska.
My name is Andrina, and his name is Asaya. I am an international student from Malawi. When I got here, I was in a relationship, and we found out that I was pregnant. So I chose life. And that's a really good thing in my life because then God also did great things. And yeah, we're making it in life together.
Pregnant and unsure where to turn? Contact Christian Family Care, cfcare.org.
Ashoff Construction of Osmond does it all when it comes to general contracting. From agricultural storage buildings to commercial office buildings, retail warehouses to concrete contracting. The AGI Sentinel buildings help safeguard crops and valuable assets, and Ashoff's professional builders handle the job from the design through the completion of the build. For a free estimate, contact Dylan Bryce, Scott Pullman, or Brandon Ruki. Call 402-748-3551 today. Visit AshoffConstruction.com for more.
Well, Pat Jansen trying to get a sideline report going. We'll get to him as soon as we can. We've started the fourth quarter. 49-41, Ashland-Greenwood with the lead. Can't change it there. Battle for the rebound. Tied up. It'll go Auburn's way. Now let's go to Pat Jansen and some of our newest sideline reporters. Pat?
Back here at Pinnacle Bank Arena, I've seen a lot of things as a broadcaster, but I haven't seen this. What are you guys' names?
Connor, Crew, Court.
You guys here in the gold jackets. Why? What led you to wear these today?
Today we were supposed to wear broadcasting and so we brought our microphones.
That's awesome. Do you guys have a favorite News Channel Nebraska broadcaster?
No.
I set it up for you with a softball, guys, but you guys could have said Pat Jansen, but you know what? Maybe Eric McKay, maybe Lou Siefker. We'll send it back to them for the rest of the fourth quarter.
Well, thank you. I had a chance to visit with those young men earlier today. They'll learn, they'll learn how to answer those softball questions later on. But nice job, young men. Hope you're enjoying the game. Auburn trying to make it more fun for them by getting back within two here. Lou, the Bulldogs, you mentioned it before the break. I think Gunther's got to figure prominently for them here in the fourth.
Yeah, and he's got 2 straight buckets, so it's a good start here in the fourth quarter for Gunther and for the Auburn Bulldogs.
Ashland-Greenwood noting that, and they call timeout. We'll take one as well. 6-point game. You're watching the C1 semifinals on News Channel Nebraska.
It's the Declaration of Deal sales event. Head to William Crowder Company in O'Neill, your trusted Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram dealership with the selection you want and the service you deserve. From powerful new Ram trucks to adventurous Jeeps and family-ready SUVs, William Crowder Company is also your local marine center featuring Lund boats built for fishing, fun, and making memories on the water, with several options for the serious fisherman or woman. William Crowder Company in O'Neill. Drive it, tow it, boat it, and love it.
51-45, Ashland-Greenwood with the lead in our fourth quarter, brought to you by National Land Realty. Find land for sale at nationalland.com. Auburn student section, they came to work today. Their team's got a little bit of work to do. Down 6.5 to go. Ton just trying to get set up low block. Kissinger keeps. Moe's entry past the other side to Westerhold. Shot clock down to 5. Kissinger left it short. Kittrell clears the offensive rebound.
That's a great job. Again, that's why he's out there. Let there be physical, get those rebounds.
Tonjes almost lost his footing. Got rid of it. Finds the bottom. Cooper Westerhold with the shooter's touch.
Yeah, got that soft touch. It rolled in for him. Big bucket here extends that lead now to 8.
Gunther and a hot start to the fourth quarter. Gives it Keeling. Keeling out there with 4 fouls, as is Palmer. Faces up on Kittrell. Trying to shake him.
Couldn't move him out of that post. You got to go over the top of him.
Couldn't move him that time. That was a great job defensively by Kittrell. Palmer has been much quieter since the break. No points in the second half. 0 of 3 shooting after a 9-point first half.
Kittrell did a good job there, just having his hands up, not trying to strip down on the basketball. He's strong, tough to move out of that post. You don't want to get caught reaching, and what that forces a guy like Palmer to do is to change, go over the top of you as opposed to going through it.
Tonjes stripped on his way to the rack. Good defense by Keeling there. Bulldogs just trying to stay within shouting distance. Already seen one major upset today. Auburn trying to pull off another. Palmer, no. Tonjes the board. Kissinger. Kittrell, strip, reach called. That will be on Levine, his second. Barrett Kittrell. Timeout called, Auburn. Going to commiserate. We'll take a timeout as well. 8-point game. Ashland-Greenwood trying to pull away. You're watching the C1 semifinals on News Channel Nebraska.
I spend with purpose because I bank with purpose at Liberty First Credit Union. With my Liberty Plus checking account, I can earn extra cash just for spending on everyday things, like groceries, online or in-store purchases, and lunch. At Liberty First, anyone can join, so start earning money to spend on the things you love. Start banking with purpose. Start banking with Liberty First Credit Union.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Western Oil. Stop at your nearest Speedy Mart or good-to-go convenience stores today. And by The Carpet Shop, providing quality residential and commercial floor covering and installation for almost 50 years.
Well, as we thought it might, the shooting has slowed down a bit in the second half. Auburn, 35% after the break. Ashland-Greenwood has still shot pretty well, 6 of 13, 46%. But, Lou, Ashland-Greenwood has made things a lot tougher for the Bulldogs to get comfortable on offense.
Yeah, they've done a better job especially down there in the low post area. I think Kittrell has done a really nice job. They've made those post touches a lot more difficult for guys like Palmer. And then, that you just played, I think, more physically here in the second half.
Tonjes, short roll. Tough ankle, my goodness. I mean, what do you do? Yeah. What do you do? You can't defend that.
Guess he's good at geometry.
Playing the angles, double-digit lead for the first time.
That's big now. The game's drawn late.
Oh. That shot blocked. Crowd wanted a goaltend.
Probably should have had one,
Yeah,
too.
probably should have had one there. It was close. Westerhold. Now Ashland-Greenwood going to take the air out of it.
Up 10. Why not? You don't want to go completely away from your aggressiveness, but you don't want to take quick shots here.
Kissinger wants three. Off the mark, battle for the rebound, won by Palmer. Out with it, Wenzel. Gunther drives and kicks up top. Keeling found some room. Off the window and one. His first shot of the game comes at a huge time. He'll look for three the hard way.
Yeah, it's a fantastic drive into the paint, and it gets that shot to go. You got to make free throws here. That 8-point lead right now with 3:36 to go. You've got to be efficient now if you're Auburn.
Keeling. Hold everything. Lane violation. Oh, my.
Well, missed the shot anyway.
Yep.
That would have been painful if that one would have went in. I expect Ashland-Greenwood again to run some time off that shot clock, work the basketball.
Yeah, they are full of ball handlers. Tonjes. Inside, foul called. Westerholt shooting. Stick around, folks. We got our post-game show coming up. That's brought to you by Custom Sports. Ashland-Greenwood trying to advance to the state championship game for the second straight year. They won it last year. Trying to do so again. First free throw up and good. Go ahead, Lou.
I'm sorry, Eric. Westfield's having a good ball game.
Yeah.
6 of 9 from the field. Tonjes yesterday, we mentioned he was 9 of 12 from the field. Guess what? 9 of 12 again today.
He has been so consistent. What a tournament he has had.
18 of 24.
When we talk about Tonjes, we talk about Kissinger's shooting. I think Westerholt being that sometimes second, sometimes third option. They're keeping the play alive. Kittrell gets it to go off the window. 11-point lead. That's the Blue Jays' largest.
How about Barrett Kittrell coming up with a monster rebound and a putback?
Keeling. Palmer. Kittrell says, come on. Palmer says, okay. Gets it to go. And one. Well, it's been fun watching those two work against each other. Well, Palmer in double figures.
Palmer can't go through Kittrell, but Kittrell can't guard that sweeping hook shot.
Well, this young man, just a sophomore, how good is he going to get? 2 more years of Jim Weeks tutelage. 6'6" sophomore. Sky's the limit for this young man.
That's why this crowd's all wearing sunglasses, because of Ryan Palmer's future.
Missed the free throw, but Auburn out with it. Look to get a little closer here. Back to Palmer. Ooh, almost a carry. Tonjes the steal instead. Then he travels and turns it right back over. Game getting a little tight.
Yeah, big turnover there because 2:43 to go, up 9. Ashland-Greenwood had the basketball. Would have really been in the driver's seat. I mean, they're still in good position, but that gives the ball back to Auburn with a chance to cut into this lead.
Wenzel turns the corner, draws a crowd. Out of it. Keeling thought 3. Great closeout. Now Keeling trying to work in on Tonjes. Scoop shot. No. Rebound Westerholt. Blue Jays in control now.
That's a tough shot.
Yeah.
And probably not what you wanted on that possession this late in the ballgame.
Keeling picks up Westerholt. Coach Mose calls timeout. We'll take one as well. Can Ashland-Greenwood finish off the pesky 3 seed? You're watching C1 semifinal basketball on News Channel Nebraska.
He's been farming since the early 1900s, and it's still where we like to call home. I get to go out to the field. I get to see farmers. When they have someone that actually experienced it, they're more willing to open up and talk to you a lot more. They just kind of become a part of you.
The Seed House, located in O'Neill, is your Nebraska-owned full-service seed supplier. From corn and soybeans to cover crops, grass seed, and CRP grasses, they have the full lineup to fit your operation. The Seed House also offers agronomy services, seed treatment, soil fertility guidance, and expert crop recommendations tailored to your acres. When it comes to growing success from the ground up, trust local experience. Contact Don and the crew at the Seed House, located in O'Neill, Nebraska, and plant with confidence this season.
58-49. Ashland-Greenwood trying to finish off Auburn, get back to the title game they won it a year ago. Coach Jacob Mose has really turned this program around. They've won 3 titles in the last 4 years, trying to make it 4 of 5. Two minutes, 13 seconds away from doing just that.
Now you're really going to be selective with your shots. Get a layup, you'll take it. Otherwise, you're going to pull it out and run some clock. Of course, Auburn to come out possibly and foul. You're down 9 right now.
Now, Auburn's only committed 2, and they've got to be selective with who's committing those fouls.
Yeah.
Keeling and Palmer both have 4. Palmer not even out there right now. Kissinger. Shimmies. Floats it home. Cal Kissinger.
Wow.
Big-time ballers all over this starting lineup.
That was a monster bucket, up 11.
Mo stays in front of Wenzel. Wenzel will try it again. Pulls up. Oh, my goodness. What a shot. This young man. Again, don't play horse against Brenton Wenzel.
No.
You won't even get half an H.
Well, they had to have that shot. And Wenzel's been the clutch guy here today. He's got, 21 points right now.
Yep. Bulldogs down 8, trying to come back. You're watching News Channel Nebraska.
My name is Andrina, and his name is Asaya. I am an international student from Malawi. When I got here, I was in a relationship, and we found out that I was pregnant. So I chose life, and that's a really good thing in my life, because then God also did great things. And yeah, we're making it in life together.
Pregnant and unsure where to turn? Contact Christian Family Care, cfcare.org.
60-52, Ashland-Greenwood with the lead, trying to advance to the state title game, where they will face, if you're just joining us, make sure you're sitting down, Douglas County West, who upset Ogallala earlier today, 43-39. Alongside Lucif Graham, Eric McKay, Auburn trying to keep the upsets going. They've played well today, but the Blue Jays have been making shots down the stretch and have made it tough.
That last shot there by Wenzel was kind of a make or break. He misses that one.
Yep.
This game's probably over now. There's still, the heartbeat is still there. But you're probably going to have to, it's again, Blue Jay team that has not shot great this season from the free throw line, but done a pretty good job here today.
Stick around after the game. We'll talk to our player of the game. That interview brought to you by Nebraska Orthopedic Center, your healing destination. There's the foul. So we're going to try to make Ashland-Greenwood earn them from the line. They have been above their average today. 10 of 14 from the land of the free. They send Logan Fangmeyer back into the game. Does Ashland-Greenwood. Inbound comes Kissinger. Up ahead. Might be the dagger right there. Cooper Westerholt. Showtime in Lincoln.
What a well-run play that was for Ashland-Greenwood.
Stripped at the other end, taken away. Minute 18 to go.
Yeah, I got a foul.
Kissinger fouled. 4-possession game.
Ran that so well. Watch this pass over for the slam dunk by Cooper Westerholt.
Yeah, Kissinger, the way he curled through all those bunched up guys, then took off. Anybody who saw Ashland-Greenwood in football knows they're pretty good at the passing game.
Yeah. Westerholt kind of came out of that, was open. He gets it to him, and as you said, a bit of a dagger.
Send Tonjes to the line. That's the 5th foul. On Isaiah Moyer checking into the game for the first time. He's on foul patrol. Yeah, that's exactly what happened. Number 11 did dunk. It's good. I'm sure the English teachers will appreciate that, not in school today, but still getting some poetry in.
Yep.
I think they appreciate flexing the curriculum a bit.
The word on was small there. I just said he might dunk you.
He literally could, I feel like. Ashland-Greenwood. You talk about, I feel like we're saying this every year. Would you bet against Jacob Mose,
no.
A Jacob Mose coach team?
I can tell you right away, no.
This guy is a winner. He's turned this program into a winner. And they're a minute away from another win down here at State. Wenzel, that one almost went. Tonjes the board. He's fouled immediately. 56 seconds to go. Probably not going to happen for Auburn. But another great year for them. Only one loss coming into it. And like you said at the beginning, everyone had talked about that rematch, the Ogallala Ashland-Greenwood game that we're not even going to get.
Yeah.
But Auburn somehow, at 25-1, Auburn flew under the radar.
Right.
They showed today they were every bit as good as the best in C1. Just likely not good enough here today.
And would you not pay to see that third-place game?
Oh, yeah.
Ogallala Auburn?
That's going to be an incredible game. This is, Ashland-Greenwood won the title last year, then brought all 5 starters back. Yeah. That's just so hard to beat that kind of experience, that kind of talent, that kind of everything. And so it'll be Ashland-Greenwood against Douglas County West. If you're wondering, they have not played this year, despite they're very close.
Yeah.
You would think they would have played. They have not played this season. Fascinating matchup. Look, if DC West plays the way they did today, they got a shot at it. Absolutely.
Well, they're tough. They're gritty.
Yep.
And they don't make it easy on you. And they showed up today. Can they do that 2 days in a row against a high-powered team? Certainly they did it today over Ogallala. Can they do it with Ashland-Greenwood? But yeah, they showed their moxie. They showed their toughness, and that will not be an easy game for Ashland-Greenwood.
Free throw up and good by Fangmeyer. There's Coach Weeks. What a job he has done here at Auburn. It's the 5th time these teams have played at state. Ashland-Greenwood will now have won 4 of them, including twice in state championship games. Drive not there, put back no, rebound underneath, out to Mose. 3-second difference between shot and game clock. Final score is not going to reflect how good a game this was.
This was an excellent game. It's getting away from Auburn, down 15 now. But Ashland-Greenwood, they responded. Big second half, shot 15 of 20 from the free throw line, did everything that they had to do to win this ball game.
Derek Tonjes, 26 points, 9 rebounds in the semifinals. He has stepped up so many times for this team. Shot clock violation. Be 3.5 seconds left for Auburn. Bulldogs, though, they've got a lot coming back next year. They are not going anywhere.
Yeah, look out for this.
Ryan Gunther and Brian Palmer, that's a good place to start. You got Raleigh Rash, Blake Swanson back next year as well. Carson Levine, Brenton Wenzel, Creighton Keeling, all seniors, all acquitted themselves very well here at the state tournament.
Yeah, great senior class. They have a chance to play for 3rd place. That's not what you want when you play at Auburn or Ashland-Greenwood, Ogallala, those schools. But a ton to be proud of this season for Auburn.
Auburn is good, but Ashland-Greenwood is inevitable. Your final, 67-52. AG is back in the state title game once again. Post-game show coming up. You're watching News Channel Nebraska.
Has been a long-time UBT customer. One day, she was being scammed. We secured her funds and got her set up with new accounts. I just think, if my grandma was in that situation, what would I want someone to do for her?
I hope he doesn't mind that I give him a hug, too.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Auto Central in Kearney. From cost-effective daily drivers to luxury cars that match your style, Auto Central is sure to have the ride you're looking for. Ignite the fire and find peace. And by Union Bank and Trust, your money has people. From the heart of Nebraska to across the state, RMV Construction is building more than just structures. We're building trust. RMV Construction has grown from humble beginnings to become a trusted name across central Nebraska and beyond. With unmatched craftsmanship, cutting-edge innovation, and an unwavering commitment to customer satisfaction, we deliver projects on time, on budget, and above expectations. Trusted, local, proven. RMV Construction in Kearney and Lincoln. Let's build your vision together.
Landmark Implement is your local authorized John Deere dealer. Landmark's trained and certified sales staff will help you find the right equipment for your needs, all backed by Landmark's extensive parts and service network. Whether it's a tractor, planter, combine, lawn and garden tractor, or gator, every piece of equipment in our inventory is ready to work hard for your operation. Landmark's team works together to make sure everything that is sold meets their quality standards. Stop by your local Landmark Implement or learn more at landmarkimp.com to experience the Landmark difference.
All right, I'm John Stewart. I served almost 27 years in the Air Force. After I retired, I became very ill from Agent Orange exposure, and I lost everything we owned. One night, I sat there and practiced with a shotgun to kill myself. I said, well, I can't do this to my wife. So I went and got help, and as years passed, I became an ordained minister, and I work with veterans and trying to help people and get them to help others too.
If anxiety, addiction, or hopeless thoughts feel overwhelming, text HOME to 741-741 for support.
Fuel up for the big game at Speedy Mart on 238th Street in Greenwood. Open 24 hours. We've got the winning lineup, hot coffee, ice-cold drinks, and tasty snacks, plus daily specials smoked fresh in our smoker. Need a pit stop? Our bathrooms are the cleanest around, and our friendly staff always makes you feel like part of the home team. Don't get sidelined. Score big on convenience at Speedy Mart, Greenwood.
Visit Wayne State College and you're likely to hear,
I got this.
from students pursuing their careers in nursing. I got this. Or in our business and industrial technology programs.
I got this.
Or in NCAA athletics.
You got this.
And especially at graduation.
I got this.
With 130 programs of study, manageable costs, and automatic scholarships for all first-time freshmen, you'll be saying, I'm so doing this. Get started at ExploreWayneStateCollege.com.
So this yellow jacket, it basically symbolizes that it's showtime.
The Yellow Jackets are a throwback to Monday Night Football.
The 1970s, Keith Jackson, Howard Cosell.
That was the big broadcast in the country. Now we're the big broadcast in Nebraska.
When News Channel Nebraska is covering a game, we want you to know that we take it seriously. We want to dress sharp. We have pride in what we do.
And we're going to wear those yellow jackets to show people that we're a little old school, but we're also the important broadcast of the night.
Ashland-Greenwood moving on to the state championship game once again. And once again, the Blue Jays have to do it by going through Auburn. We were just talking during the break. Every year, it feels like you guys are here.
Yeah, I mean, they're a good team. We've been a good team lately. And so, you know, to get to where you want to go, you always got to have those battles with those other teams that are, you know, on your level. And so thought our kids just did a really good job of working through the challenges of the first half and responding in the second.
And we are here with Victoria's head coach, Jacob Mose. And, Coach, we were talking during the break. You know, you felt like your team could probably defend a little bit better in the second half. It seems like you guys did.
The third quarter was really solid. Yeah, we kind of settled in. We kind of maybe took a breath at halftime. The first quarter, things just got going fast. And we didn't necessarily do what we wanted to do, but they made a lot of good plays. And so they put us in tough spots. Halftime gave us a chance maybe to just settle down a little bit, regroup, and refocus, and I thought our kids responded really well.
Speaking of tough plays, Brenton Wenzel made one right before the break. What was going through your mind at that point?
You know, you'd be surprised, but we saw it on film a ton. So sometimes on those shots, you know, with good players, there's nothing you can do but contest it, and I thought we did a good job defensively. He's made a lot of those throughout this season.
Someone who's made a lot of shots is the guy just off screen here, our player of the game, Derek Tonjes, 26-9. Can you talk about his performance today?
You know, he's been good all year, so we can talk today or we can talk all year. It's been the same thing, right? I said it yesterday, his pace puts him in a different category as a player. And when the game comes to him and he's under control and he's playing off 2 feet and he's making good passes and good decisions, he's just tough to stop. And so super skilled and talented, and we've got a lot of guys that do that, and tonight was his night to step up a little bit, and he was ready.
Folks like me, we talk about Derek Tonjes a lot, maybe not as much about Cooper Westerhold. Could you talk about his impact on the game today?
You know, Coop brings, I think a lot of our guys bring a different dimension, and Coop can kind of get to the lane quickly and finish. He's super explosive, very, very good around the rim, and he's a tough guy to stop. And so when you can put Derek and Cooper on the same team, and that's just a tough matchup for teams, and we try and do the best we can to take advantage of that.
A lot of folks prior to this state tournament were predicting Ashland-Greenwood in the state championship game against Ogallala. Now you're there, but you'll be taking on DC West. What's it going to take to get past the Falcons tomorrow?
Execution. You know, I think in both games today, the team that executed their stuff better won the game. And so we talked about that before this game. It doesn't matter who you are. You got to show up and do what you do really, really well, or you know, you don't advance. And so that's what it'll boil down to tomorrow.
Well, Coach, congratulations and best of luck tomorrow.
All right, thank you very much.
We're now going to bring in our player of the game, Derek Tonjes. And Derek, you had it going. You know, you guys had a physicality edge, it seemed like. What'd you see inside there today?
They brought a lot of bodies, especially on. I like the spin move. So they're going after the spin move, brought in a lot of bodies. So just as he said, letting the game come to me, and then finding my teammates on the passes, and then working together as a team.
And we were talking about it a little bit ago. It feels like you guys see each other every year. What do you see? What do you expect out of this Auburn matchup in the state tournament every year?
They're physical. They're very physical, and you know they're going to be very well coached and they're going to be disciplined. So just doing what we do, we call it doing us, and just going out there and having fun with the guys, earning another game. And we got one more now with us 6 seniors, so we're going to go take advantage of it.
One of those guys you were playing with was Cooper Westerhold. Can you talk about his impact today?
He's awesome. Cooper's awesome. he can jump out the gym. He's physical. He can finish with both hands. He can drive it. He can do everything. So I'm grateful he's a teammate.
Douglas County West is not a team you're unfamiliar with. You've got them tomorrow in the state championship game. What do you expect out of that?
We expect to be a 32-minute game. Hopefully we can get up early and then hold a lead. But if things go bad, if we're down early like we did today, just keep going as a team, keep grinding it out, and hopefully we can get it done.
What would it mean to you last 2 years as a Blue Jay, bringing home a title?
I mean, it'd always be the goal. I think as a freshman, I set myself a goal of winning 2 state championships. Got one as a freshman, got another one as a junior, so if we can get a third, that'd be very special.
Well, Derek, congratulations and best of luck tomorrow.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
More post-game coming up on News Channel Nebraska.
My name is Andrina, and his name is Asaya. I am an international student from Malawi. When I got here, I was in a relationship, and we found out that I was pregnant. So I chose life. And that's a really good thing in my life, because then God also did great things. And yeah, we're making it in life together.
Pregnant and unsure where to turn? Contact Christian Family Care, cfcare.org.
Ashoff Construction of Osmond does it all when it comes to general contracting. From agricultural storage buildings to commercial office buildings, retail warehouses to concrete contracting. The HEI Sentinel buildings help safeguard crops and valuable assets, and Ashoff's professional builders handle the job from the design through the completion of the build. For a free estimate, contact Dylan Bryce, Scott Pullman, or Brandon Ruki. Call 402-748-3551 today. Visit AshoffConstruction.com for more information.
67-52. Ashland-Greenwood victorious over Auburn in the C1 semifinals. Let's take a look at our top plays from this one. Pinnacle Bank Arena, the setting. Ashland-Greenwood and Auburn meeting for the right to take on Douglas County West for a Class C1 state title. Early on, neither of these teams could miss, almost literally. Derek Tonjes, the spin move, double spin, back to his left. Brenton Wenzel, he makes so many great shots like that, fades away in the lane, fills it up. Auburn with the lead early on. Kind of went back and forth. This straightaway triple try falling for Blake Swanson. The Bulldogs have the lead, but Ashland-Greenwood taking it right back thanks to Cal Kissinger. His three, but Auburn not done with the first half just yet. Brenton Wenzel, there's no way you can stop that. That is an incredible shot by the 5'10 senior, and Auburn has the lead heading into the second half. Is another upset on tap. Well, third quarter, Ashland-Greenwood started to get control a little bit. Cooper Westerhold, very good in this game, had 17 points. And Ashland-Greenwood starts hitting from deep. Landon Mose with the triple. Ashland-Greenwood was 4 of 10 from deep in this contest. Auburn trying to keep in it. You go to Wenzel, he'll hit shots like that for you. Brenton Wenzel, 21 points in his final game, but Ashland-Greenwood with the lead as we head to the fourth quarter. In the fourth, they would start pulling away. Westerholt off the circus feed from Derek Tonjes here at Pinnacle Bank Arena. And Ashland-Greenwood runs away with it. Auburn would get the three there. That would be their last gasp from Wenzel. Too much from the Blue Jays down the stretch. The exclamation point provided by Westerholt. Tonjes has 26 points, 9 rebounds, and Ashland-Greenwood, the defending champs, are back. They get the win, 67-52. So, as we take a look at our final stats, Lou, the shooting kept going for Ashland-Greenwood. It didn't for Auburn. Coach Mose talked about it. They dialed in third quarter defensively.
Yeah, absolutely. And, Ashland-Greenwood, it's interesting in their shooting. You got Derek Tonjes shooting in the first two games, 75%. You got Cooper Westerholt shooting 65%.
Yeah.
And they're making shots, and they're getting good shots, and they're going to be very hard to beat when they're able to do that. And then when they ratchet up the defense, that's a tough team to beat, are the Blue Jays from Ashland-Greenwood.
So we take a look at the C1 bracket one final time. There you go. There's your state title game. Douglas County West, do they have another one in them? I don't know. I wouldn't bet against them after the way they played today. But Ashland-Greenwood is Ashland-Greenwood, Lou. That's going to be tough. You know Coach Mose will have them ready to go.
Yeah, Coach Mose will, and I love DC West. I love their moxie. They're tough, and they're not going to back down.
That's going to be a fun one. Meanwhile, We've got more coming up later on today. Class A is on the floor next. The last hope for the city of Lincoln in Class A, Lincoln Southwest. They get the top seed Omaha West Side. Papio South upset Creighton Prep yesterday. They get Bell West. How good is that one going to be? Then look at those Class B matchups to wrap up this day. Elkhorn North, Omaha Scott, Scotts Bluff, Norris. You see what time to be back. You got about an hour to go stretch your legs, remind your loved ones that you're okay, then be right back here for more basketball. Lou Siefker, always a pleasure, my friend. Let's do it again next year.
Well, let's do it. Let's do it, buddy.
Former broadcast partner Lou Siefker, Connor Luby in the truck, and the entire NCN Sports crew doing a great job as always. My name is Eric McKay, and you're watching State Tournament Basketball on News Channel Nebraska.
We now join regular programming on News Channel Nebraska.